Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to go and take a break on Twitch, but come back and not experience that massive drop in viewership that everyone seems to experience after taking a break. And yeah, for some context, I myself actually just recently took a break. Currently it's like June 8th, but I took a week off last week. For a couple of reasons. The first reason was I was trying to transition into full-time streaming. I had just moved back home, and my life was kind of a mess in a way. I had a lot of stuff to clean up. I still do, but I mean, if you guys have seen my previous videos, the background got a lot cleaner. I had a lot of things that I was behind on, and I was behind on it because of school, because of work, etc., etc. I was falling behind on a lot of things. I was trying to catch up with that. And third, because I wanted to go and release an Etsy store. So I spent that last week just taking time to myself, focusing on myself, bettering my mental health, and making that Etsy store, because making an Etsy shop requires a lot of upfront work that you can't really realistically do while you're full-time streaming and in school. So I just wanted to wait until I had a break to do that. And yeah, so when I came back from that 1 week break I took, my viewership actually went up. And in this video, I will get into the things that I did and things that you yourself can do to avoid that drop in viewership. So first off, if you need to take a break for whatever reason, please, please, please take a break. It is so helpful, it's so beneficial, and you will thank yourself for taking that break. I am somebody that's very hardworking. I almost never take breaks. So that break that I took was the first break I took ever since I restarted my stream at end of August. And I was very nervous to take the break because, again, I was scared for a drop in viewership. I was scared to lose everything that I had built up because I decided to go and slack off and take a break or whatever. But it was the best thing I could have ever done for myself. I felt so relaxed after that break. I felt in a much better mental spot, and that I was really ready to take on this next chapter in my life. So please, please, please take that break if you really need to, and because you're not going to experience a drop in the viewership as long as you watch out for a couple of things. So secondly, how did I avoid this drop in viewership? Well, first off, I took my break and I made everything very public, and this all comes in from a marketing standpoint. Everybody that I've seen who's taken a break from streaming and came back and experienced the drop in viewership didn't let social media know that they were coming back from a break. So obviously you're going to experience a drop in viewership if nobody realizes that you're coming back in the first place. And on the flip side of the coin, I've seen a lot of people who took breaks and they came back stronger than ever. And it's simply because they literally shitposted it all over social media that they were taking a break and when they were going to come back. So here is my Twitter page, and let me just scroll down real quick. Oop. Okay, so when I first decided to take a break, I posted it on Twitter. I made this tweet where I was like, oh, it was very hard for me to come to this conclusion, but I'm gonna take a week off streaming. So this works better if you have a schedule, whereas like if you know when you're coming back from your break versus taking an indefinite break. But it's still doable if you take an indefinite break. But I basically just let people know that I was taking a break, let people know when I was coming back, and the key point that you guys I want everybody to focus on: leave a trail of breadcrumbs for people to go and follow, okay? Now, what do I mean by this? I'm hinting at stuff, even though I'm letting you know that I'm taking a break. I'm saying I'm getting ready to be a full-time content creator. And then people will be like, oh, well, what's this about you? And I'm kind of interested. That's one breadcrumb right there. Transitioning into a full-time content creator. Giving a reason why I'm taking the break. And then hinting that I have exciting things planned. Do you see here? What I mean by a trail of breadcrumbs is you want to go and hint at things to go and get people kind of excited about things in the future. And if you don't know what to hint about, let's say you're like, oh, I have absolutely no idea, there's nothing special that's gonna be happening when I come back. First off, just BS it and make up something special. And secondly, come up with something special then, okay? I'm saying that I'm getting ready to be a full-time content creator. This is kind of BS because from the textbook, what I define as a full-time content creator is, oh, content creation is my only source of income. All I'm doing is content creating. Well, I graduated from UC Berkeley May 17th, I believe, which meant that every single stream after May 17th, according to my definition of full-time content creating at least, I was a full-time content creator already, okay? But, so this is kind of BS, but from a marketing standpoint, I kind of packaged my coming back as a full-time content creator debut to make it more interesting and to drum up a little bit of hype about it. So, I'm not clickbaiting you. I'm coming back as a full-time content creator. I'm just leaving out the fact that I technically already was, but literally just do that, right? Take something, anything, hype it up a little bit, blow it up a little bit, drum up some hype around it, and just make sure it's, at least 50% true, because I am a full-time content creator. And then, secondly, if you don't have exciting things planned, well, plan something exciting, okay? I don't know, on your first stream back, you can hype it up and say, if you've never played Genshin Impact before. You could be like, I'm coming back, I've got this Genshin Impact stream planned, and I'm gonna be playing Genshin Impact or something. Like, just come up with something different, something unique that you can go and drum up hype around. And then, so, this was May 31st, the day I took my break. And again, I took a 1 week long break, so I came back, and my first stream back was on June 7th. It was pretty much exactly a week. So, right here, if you were looking for pre-made badges, emotes, overlays, what themes did you want? This is just for something I'm working on. Here again, I am hinting at something big that is coming, right? If you kind of wanted to guess a little bit, you might be able to guess that maybe, I'm opening my commissions, I'm making an Etsy, something, but I didn't explicitly say what I was doing, and I again hint at something in the future. Again, leaving more breadcrumbs, all right? And I did this on my Twitter because I feel like Twitter is the best social media platform to go and keep people updated about your life. It is also, out of all my social media, the social media account I have with the smallest following. But I didn't go by following size. I went by which platform did I think was the most effective. And I felt like Twitter was the most effective for like day-to-day updates. But I will use my other social media later. Right here, I've been staying up super late working on new things and I'm so excited. Again, this is 2 days after I let people know that, I'm looking for something art related. Another breadcrumb I'm leaving out here, okay? And then again, for people asking an announcement drop for my new project, I think one person asked, and I was like, I'm gonna take this and run with it and make this tweet. My first full-time streamer stream will be Monday, 8 p.m. PST. So 4 days ahead of my first debut stream as a full-time streamer, when I was coming back from my break, I hyped it up. I was letting people know what day and what time I would be streaming. You need to let people know what day and what time you will be coming back way in advance. Don't let people know the day of, because chances are people aren't going to be seeing that post you made because they would have seen it too late. You want to start hyping it up days. I should have even done this like a week, 2 weeks in advance, but I didn't take a 2-week break, so that part didn't make any sense. But definitely hype it up way, way, way in advance. Like, you want to annoy people with how often you're posting about it. You want to shove it down their throats, because chances are you may think that you're being annoying because you see every time you post about you coming back. But what people who follow you see is they'll end up missing the first 3 posts and they'll see like 2, right? Because there is a very small window on every single social media platform where your post or whatever is very effective for people seeing it. Twitter is very instantaneous. Instagram takes a couple of, it's like 90 minutes, I believe. And TikTok has like a 1-day turnover. And YouTube has like weeks worth of turnover. So this is why I think Twitter was the most effective for updates like this. But again, you want to keep updating people on all your social media platform, because chances are, even if you posted on Twitter and Instagram at the same time, people on Twitter will see it right away, but people on Instagram will see it like 90 minutes later. And by the time the 90 minutes have passed, chances are it's a new group of people that opened up Instagram and saw your tweet, saw your post. And then again, I also let people know about my new streaming schedule, because I did change it and I want to make sure that people know. So, I posted all of these 4 days before I started streaming, kind of like drumming up hype about my return to streaming. And then here, I just made a couple of little tweets unrelated to me coming back. And then I made my graphic So this was the day before I returned. So I made my little debut streaming graphic. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I did make a TikTok video about like taking a break and when I was gonna come back. And I posted that video, I would say 4 days before I returned to streaming again. And then here I made my little graphic. If you don't know where to make graphics, literally use a site called Canva. I have YouTube videos about how to use Canva. Like, it's under my YouTube video is like making overlays and panels for free. That's me teaching you how to use Canva. But I did this in Photoshop. I just quickly threw together a little graphic and I posted it on Twitter. I think this was in like, I don't know when I posted this. I think it was like in the afternoon, the day before. And then I also posted some stuff on my Instagram. So this is my Instagram. You guys should totally follow me if you guys haven't already. But over here, I did make a post regarding my debut stream. And I posted this a day before I was going to start streaming. Just to go and again, target all of my platforms that, my social media platforms that I'm on. To go and drum up hype for me returning back to stream. Again, I want to emphasize the day and the time that I'm going to be streaming. And I use my full-time streamer thing as hype. And another thing that I did was I used a special announcements to also drum up hype. So people would be interested in coming to watch me for 2 different reasons. 1, to figure out what the hell the special announcement is. And 2, to support the my debut as a full-time streamer. So I separate it into 2 different things. So therefore there's like twice the hype around it. At least that's what I felt would happen. And then I also posted a couple of times on my story. My first post has already expired, but here we go. I'm letting you know that I am live on Twitch, and I posted this like right before I was gonna start streaming. But a day before, I also posted on my story a little graphic I made being like, hey, my full-time streamer debut would be at, Monday, June 7th, 8 p.m. PST. Again, letting people know when I am going to be streaming. So the way I avoided this drop in viewership was I literally hyped it up on all my social media that I was taking a break and when I was going to come back. And a key takeaway that I want you guys to understand from this is you need to go and market your return to Twitch in order to not experience a drop in viewership. You need to go and market it, and you need to plan all of this out. I had definitely planned my return over the course of a week because I only took a 1-week break. If you're taking a break longer than 1 week, you have an even bigger window to go and drum up hype for your return. So I would definitely recommend the time window that I will give you is very dependent on how long of a break you're taking. But I would recommend, maybe like for example, because I took a 1-week break, I let people know that I was taking the break, the day of, and then halfway through my break, so in the middle of the window that I was taking my break, I started leaving a little trail of breadcrumbs on Twitter about things that were going to happen that were related to me coming back to Twitch. So I'm leaving a little breadcrumb, and I started leaving trail of breadcrumbs, posting maybe twice a day, every day after the halfway mark of my break. So if you're taking a break for a month, maybe I would say halfway through the month, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks in, start posting about your return, hyping up your return, and then drum up some hype around it. I chose to release a product, aka my Etsy store, which will now be linked down below if you want overlays and assets and stuff, as also a second way to drum up hype, even though I've always wanted to release an Etsy store. I just chose to time it at the same time I was coming back to Twitch. If you don't have a product to release, it's totally fine. Do something else. Do a cosplay stream. Stream a different game or something like that, and then hint about it. If you're doing a new cosplay stream, do something something really interesting is going. I'm gonna be doing something really never seen before on stream and let people know when you're live. So in 2 weeks or whenever you're coming back, and then post a little image of Nezuko if you're doing a Nezuko cosplay. It's being pretty obvious, but since you're not explicitly saying what you're doing, then you're gonna get people interested. And keep leaving the trail of breadcrumbs, and as it gets closer to when the day you're going to come back to Twitch, start posting on all your social media to go and hype it up. So start posting on your Instagram stories, TikTok, your Twitter, your own Discord channel, even YouTube, like caption in your YouTube videos if you have it. Just hype up your return to Twitch, and you want at the latest to be posting a day before. I think posting the day of is already too late, because by the time people see your post about you coming back, it would have been a couple days later and it would have been too late. So at the latest, your last like hype posts should be the day before you return. And then the day of, just, like make posts or whatever, letting people know that you're coming back that day. But again, it's the least effective the day of, because the chances of people seeing it is very slim compared to if you give a couple of days in advance for people to see your post and realize that you're going to be live. And using all of that marketing strategies to go and drum up hype around your Twitch, you're going to experience a gain in viewership when you come back, because new people who have seen your post will be willing to go and check you out, because they're like, oh, I wonder what this stuff is about, since you're hinting at so many things and now I'm curious. And that way you can come back and not experience that drop in viewership. But hopefully this helps, because this is like everything that I did in terms of me coming back to Twitch after my 1 week break. And again, if you guys are interested in my Etsy shop, it's linked down below. And again, I also stream on Twitch, and now I changed my stream schedule. So now I stream Mondays through Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays, all at 8 p.m. PST. I'd love to see you guys there, but I hope to catch you guys in another video. Dab.